Hi everyone, welcome to this training program on earthing in power systems and bonding. I am Jain Karamchetti, a graduate in electrical engineering from JNTU College of Engineering, Kakinada. I have done my MTech in electrical engineering from IIT Kharagpur. I have, a, I have done a diploma in business and finance from ICFA Hyderabad. I am a certified energy auditor from BAE, Ministry of Power, and Master Trainer in Solar Rooftop Grid Engineer from NISE MNRE. I have industrial experience from development engineer to chief executive officer, officer in private limited companies, multinational companies for 37 years. I have also experience in teaching and training of engineering of engineers and executives at Engineering Staff College of India, Hyderabad for 10 years. Today our subject is on earthing in power systems and bonding, giving a more emphasis to the bonding. Objectives of the module developed is the author is a qualified and experienced in electrical engineering, power electronics, energy conservation and auditing, design and implementation of solar photovoltaic power systems, to share his theoretical and practical knowledge with engineering professionals to improve their skills and in turn to develop India. Now, our definition is any intentional or accidental metallic connection between a neutral and a body or instrument, and the earth is known as ground. So we are connecting intentionally or accidentally a metallic connection between neutral. In case of a transformer, three phase, four wire, the fourth wire is called a neutral, that we are connecting it to the earth. And the body also we are connecting to the earth, right? That is our instrument. Any other instruments also we are earthing it. It is called earthing in US and in Canada. They call it as a grounding. That is the only difference. Otherwise, earthing, grounding are synonymous. Bonding and grounding of a flammable liquids. See the figure given to the right side. Bonding is the lasting joining of metallic pieces to form a conducting path which ensures a safe electrical continuity. Bonding is generally done as protection from the electrical shocks. And in this particular one, you can notice that this metallic one has been connected to the container in which we are connecting the liquid or something like this into this. So these two are at the same potential. So there is no chance of a fire coming at this point where the transfer is taking place. Purpose of a grounding is to drain the transient voltage such as caused by the lightning or fallen power lines out of the system. Ensure in conjunction with the bonding that normally for non-current carrying conductive objects remain at the ground potential. Control buildup of a static charges that can damage the sensitive electronic equipment. PV system grounding. You notice that the left side we have a PV panel or a module or an array, and this is the grounding bus here. The inverter also is seen here, and this is a grounding bus. So from one side grounding bus going to the connection going to the array, and another side the same thing connection is going to the ground also and to the ground bus. So from this it is going to the other thing, and the connecting wire is called the AGC. The difference between grounding and bonding. Bonding is the lasting joining of metallic pieces to form a conducting path which ensures a safe electrical continuity. Bonding is generally done as a protection from electrical shocks. Any intentional or accidental connection between an electrical circuit, instrument, and the earth is known as a grounding. Grounding ensures that all metal parts of an electrical circuit that an individual might come in contact are connected to the earth, thus ensuring zero potential. Metal water pipe is to be bonded, the electrical grounding system you can notice in this one. Bonding an example, take for instance a situation where paint is being applied to a steel plate using a spray application system with the help of an acetone carrier. In this situation, proper grounding and bonding becomes a must. When the paint passes by the nozzles of the spray gun, it will create a static charge because of which acetone ends up causing flammable vapors to generate into the painting area. To avoid this, spraying gun is bonded to the metal plate, which in turn is bonded to the ground to avoid the ignition of vapors. Bonding and earthing. Two or more conductive objects are required for a bonding connection, which is usually done with the help of a conductor. Grounding, which is also known as an earthing, is a particular type of a bonding when conductive objects are connected to earth using a good conductor. These conductors are usually wires of their rods. Grounding does not impact the regular running of electrical system. Bonding and safety. Bonding provides the safety in the case of a fault current. If a person touches the electrical device's metal during the fault condition and at the same time be touching a metal object connected to the earth, they are bound to get an electrical shock. But if the metal objects are connected together, they end up being safe because they will be at the same potential, thus completely removing the scope for an electrical shock. How safe this switch is. This switch, I don't find anywhere the earthing connection given here. If any connection comes out and touches the body, this is a metallic body, one can get a shock. Bonding and equipotential. Bonding and grounding in institutional, commercial, and industrial buildings is a very important. The machine circuits should be provided with a written path, starting from the machine to the source of power to work properly. Besides, non-current carrying but metallic components should be electrically interconnected to negate the voltage potential between them. Now, bonding of electrical equipment, this is given in Article 250.4 of NEC. Left side is a source we have. From the source, there is a neutral connected to the earth. From the same neutral, one wire is extended and connected to all the metallic bodies of the meter, main panel, and the outlet, and to the ground fault. Ground. In case there is a ground fault coming in the load, the ground fault return path is supposed to be a low impedance path, so heavy current will flow through that, and the circuit breaker is closed off or the fuses opens. Now, bonding and shock. People often end up confusing grounding and bonding. Be it grounding connection or bonding connection, the objective in wiring a house is to have none of the metal boxes or other conductive material next to the wires, since it becomes electrically unviable. The best bet is to have these grounded so that they have no potential for an electrical shock when an unsuspecting individual touches them. PV framing and bonding. The entire frame we see a lot of array. So all the frames have been earthed. Grounding and bonding a solar PV arrays. And this is earthing of a control panels. And this is a bonded bonding is in Article 100 of the definition of NEC. You can notice that any two wires coming, you can notice that the green wire is being earthed to the metallic container. Electrical system bonding and grounding, you can see clearly how nicely the job has been completed here. The two conductors are touching each other. And in this, the main protective bonding is the body of the supply coming from this side and the water pipeline are at the same potential. So he won't get a shock. And these are the electrical earth terminals provided where a number of connections has to be taken. They can be connected to the incoming and the outgoing. You can increase the number to something like 10 numbers. And these are the bonding jumpers. They are flexible ones. Summary, bonding is the lasting joining of metallic pieces to form a conducting path, while the grounding is any intentional or accidental connection between an electrical circuit instrument to the earth. Bonding ensures safe electrical continuity, while grounding ensures that all the metal parts of an electrical circuit that an individual might contact are connected to the earth, thus ensuring zero voltage. Bonding is achieved by using a wire, while grounding is achieved by using a rod. Bonding provides a safety during the fault current, and grounding to earth no real impact on the working of the electrical system. Bonding alone does not manage to protect anything, but if one of the boxes is grounded, electrical energy stock up is not possible. This is the end of the chapter. Thank you very much to all of you. I only request all of you to see the entire about 30 modules are there. Please read all the 30 modules. Thank you very much. See you again in the next module.